Hey everybody, this lesson is identifying parts of expression. So we're going to be doing some math phrases and algebra phrases and stuff. Don't forget all your lessons can be found at Mrmathblog.com. Okay, so here's our question for our awesome teachers. How can we describe the parts of an expression? Okay, so here's some math phrases that's going to be useful here. So remember we have math functions that are multiply, add, subtract, divide. So let's start with addition here. So phrases that we might use for addition are plus, you probably know that, or sum. Sums are the one that we use the most. More than, increase by, total. Subtraction is minus, difference, less than, decreased by. Difference is the one that we use the most on subtraction. Multiplication is times multiplied by. Product is the one that we use mostly, and then of. The word of means multiply in math. Okay, and division, divided by, divided into. Quotient is our magic number or our magic phrase that we use for quotient. So at an office store, pen packs cost $2 each. So here's $2, $2 for each pen pack. So Monet bought 6 packs of blue pens and 7 packs of red pens. And so this phrase right here, this expression, represents the cost in dollars of Monet's pens. So identify the parts of the expression and then write a word expression for 2 times the quantity 6 plus 7. So I kind of gave it away right there. So explain how we can find the cost of each type of pen. Okay, well we can multiply the number of packs by the cost per pen. So we can do uh, 6 times 2 and then 7 times 2 and then add those together right there. Okay, so there's one way. So bunch of questions right here. So let's go ahead and identify the operations used in this expression. So I see a multiplication here and I see an addition right here, so we can multiply and divide. And describe the part of the expression in the parentheses right here. Okay, so this parentheses, the part in the parentheses shows that there's a plus sign. So the magic word for plus is sum. So the sum of 6 and 7 right there. Okay, and so the sum represents the number of packs of. Okay, remember this was blue pens and then red pens right here. So blue pens and red pens. Okay, so describe the multiplication and tell what it represents. So one of the factors is 2 right here. Okay, so the multiplication is 2 times this parentheses right here. Well, this parentheses is a sum. So the other factor is the sum of 6 and 7 right there. Okay, so the product represents the cost per pack times the number of packs of pens that Monet bought. So she bought this many packs of pens. She bought 6 packs of blue and 7 packs of red. Okay, and they're all $2 each right there. Okay, so a word phrase, a word expression for 2 times 6 times 7 is okay, what's the magic word for multiplication? Well, it's product. Okay, so the product of 2, so here's the product of 2 and the sum of 6 and 7. Okay, so the product of 2 and the sum of 6 and 7. Okay, kind of tricky, but you'll get the hang of it. So explain how the expression 2 times this says the product of 2 times the sum of 6 and 7 differs from the product of 2 and 6 plus the sum of 7, and then we're going to write a word phrase for that. Okay, so in the first expression, the addition should be done first because it's in parentheses. So if we added 6 plus 7, we get 13, and so 2 times 13 would get us 26 right there. Okay, in the second expression, we have to do order of operations, says we have to multiply first, so 2 times 6 is 12. And then 12 plus 7 is 19 right there. So a word phrase, expression for 2 times 6 plus 7 is, remember, if we have a plus sign, it means more than. So this we say this part first. So 7 more than this product of 2 and 6. Okay, product means multiply. So this plus sign says 7 more than the product of 2 and 6. All right. So the terms of an expression are the parts of the expression that are separated by additions and the subtraction signs. Okay, so we'll have some examples here. So the coefficient is a number that is multiplied or in front of the variables. And you're thinking, what does that mean? Well, here's an example right here. Okay, so this expression has two terms because it's separated by this plus sign. Here's one term and here's two terms right here. And the number that's in front of your variable is called your coefficient right there. Okay, so the expression has two terms, 5p and 7p, and that coefficient is 5. Okay, here this guy has, here's a minus sign, here's a minus sign, so there is 1, 2, 3 terms because the terms are separated by plus or minus signs, so there's 3 terms right here. And here's a coefficient, and here's a coefficient. The coefficients are the numbers in front of the variable. So here's a coefficient of 3, here's a coefficient of -4 right here, and there's 3 terms right here. This is called, later on in algebra, this is called a binomial. Bi means 2. This is called a trinomial. Tri means 3 right there, okay? Anyways, so identify the parts of the expression and then write a word expression for the algebraic expression. So here we go, 2x plus 8, okay? So identify the terms in the expression. So the expression is the sum of, how many terms are there? There's 1, 2 terms. They're separated by that plus sign right there. So, okay, the terms are 2x and 8. Okay, so describe the first term. Okay, so the first term is the product of this coefficient 2 and the variable x right there. Okay, so 2 and x. Okay, so describe the second term. So the second term is this, and it's called a constant. But we're not going to talk about that right now. But the second term is this number 8 right there. Okay. So a word expression for 2x plus 8 is, remember, plus 8 means 8 more than. So 8 more than the product of 2 and x. Okay, remember 2x means 2 times x, so times means product, so the product of 2 and x. Okay, you'll get the hang of this, all right? Okay, so explain why the terms of the expression are 2x and 8, not x and 8. Well, multiplication is performed before addition, so the parts of the expression that are added are the products of 2x and the number 8 right there, okay? All right, here's another one. So 3a minus b, okay? So here's two terms, 3a and 4b. Did I say minus b? 4b. Okay, so identify the terms in the expression. So the expression is the product again, or I'm sorry, the difference, sorry. So there's a minus sign right here, not a times. The difference of two terms, so the terms are 3a and 4b right there, okay? So describe the first term. Well, the first term is the product of the coefficient 3 and the variable a. Okay, so describe the second term. So the second term is the product of the coefficient 4 and the variable b right there. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so a word expression for this algebraic expression is, here it is, minus sign means difference. So the difference of 3 times a and 4 times b. So 3 times a and 4 times b right there. All right. So identify the coefficient in y in the expression 12 plus y and explain your reasoning. Okay, so when there's not a number in front of this variable right here, then it's understood to always be 1 because this is y, and y is 1 times y, so the coefficient is 1. If there's no number in front of it, it's always 1. All right, you guys, I hope that makes sense, and take care.